All right, the video for Cornerstone 2021 45F. We'll go around the outside, show you everything out here, and then we'll go inside, open it all up, and show you all the features inside. Over here at the entrance door, keyless entry. You're going to want to set a code. I'm going to put your zip code in after this. So to set the code, hold the 5-6 button continuously. Once it beeps, 7-8 button 5 times. Then you pick a zone. 1, 2, and then enter a 5-digit code. All right. Now, when I say set a zone, this is a zone, this is a zone, this is a zone, this is a zone. You can put 5 different codes in this system. Once you've done that, you can use your keyless entry system. Press and hold the 1-2 button continuously, and it locks everything. Enter the code, press the 1-2, entry door only. Enter the code, press the 3-4, entry and compartments. Enter the code, press the 7-8, maybe not, keep moving it. Press the 5-6, sorry. If you enter the code and press 5-6, it's compartment doors only. Enter the code and press 3-4, it's everything. Enter the code and press 1-2, it's the entry door only. So that's your keyless entry system. Again, you can put 5 different codes in here. When I'm all done, I'm going to put your zip code off the work order in here for the corporation zip code. All right. As you can see, awnings are out, porch lights on, security lights are on, awning lights are on. The awning is controlled from the touchscreen up inside the hallway there. This remote, or your phone, when you have the app on your phone. From this remote, 00 is both awnings, 01 is the front awning only, 02 is the rear awning only. This remote does not control the door awning, over the door awning. In 00, we have in or out. If we hit in, it puts both awnings in. This remote stores in a little pocket right here. Out here is your outside freezer. This is a 2-compartment system. So you can have a frozen section and a refrigerated section. The controls are here on the end. And all the instructions are in the codes and the manuals and online. Both of your slide trays are electric, so you have switches right here, out and in, on each side. That package right there that's all wrapped up in material is your entry door screen. And the bags are your extra chairs. The box is your vacuum cleaner hoses and attachments. And again, both cargo trays work the same way. Outside TV, it's on magnets and on a tilt out, so you can swing it out and adjust the angle for better viewing. The remotes for the outside TV and for the outside soundbar are in the compartment. However, it's a lot easier to use with your phone on the app. Once you get used to using your phone, you won't want to be using the remote. Because to use remotes, you got to use several remotes, or you can just push one button on the phone. Again, another cargo slide tray. Same thing, in and out on the buttons. That pull rod is for your window awnings, and the other bag is your other chairs. You have 2 window awnings on the passenger side, and I believe 1 on the driver's side. They have a strap hanging up there. You grab that strap with that awning rod, pull it down, and hook it. Set that. In here, box is extra tiles. These 2 top switches turn off the 12-volt power to the inverters, and then those are breakers for the other systems, and they're all labeled. You have a 110 outlet down here. You have your vacuum cleaner port here, so you can hook up a vacuum cleaner hose out here, and your awning or solar power controller. And then behind this panel, which is velcroed in, are more circuits and stuff. And then in the middle of the coach, where you can see that tucked out with the screws, behind that is where your in-house batteries are. The next compartment is the back side of your wet bag. The cutout is your fresh water tank, so you can visibly see your fresh water tank. It is currently full, and this is your fresh water tank gravity fill. Your fresh water tank drain is under here. Your docking lights, there's 2, 1 up in the front, 1 out here on this side, same on the other side. Your sensors for your collision avoidance, letting you know what's beside you, right there. DEF tank needs to be filled. DEF is something you're going to use. There is a gauge inside. This round cover here is a fuse box. You probably never need to open it. Your engine batteries are right here. Your engine battery disconnects are here. Your air dryer filter, fuel filter, and the switch to put your rear engine door up and down. Pause. All right, coming around here, you have your engine exhaust, your receiver. That is a 2.5-inch receiver. So if you're using a standard tow bar, you will need an adapter. That air hookup right there is for your tow brakes. That's for like the Air Force One style system, and then a standard 7-way trailer connector. Up inside here, back there is your power steering reservoir. That uses AW46 hydraulic oil. That is the the gauge for your air filter restriction, your engine oil fill, your engine oil dipstick, your radiator level check and fill, transmission, dipstick and fill. That is a power steering filter, I believe. And your belts are easily accessible. Air filters back there. Pretty nice layout. Up on the top up there, we have our marker lights, our backup camera, Integra badge. Okay, over here on the driver's side, this door back here by the rear tag axle, that is a DEF remote fill, so you can fill DEF from the driver's side. Up there is the vent for your dryer, and washer dryer, exit windows. Okay, we're going to go over the wet bag. A lot of stuff going on here, so we'll try and break it down into some simple pieces. This is your drinking water hose. It goes into a hose reel, and it actually comes out here and hooks up here. So if your hose reel were to fail, you can unhook it here and hook up without the hose reel. The hose reel retract is right here. Okay. This water hookup here has a caution sticker above it. That is your black tank flush. When you hook up a hose to that, it goes right straight to your black tank. So it will fill your black tank or flush your black tank. This valve down here is to turn on the water to your refrigerator. This little blue hose here is removable. There is an inline filter that can be added there. I just de-winterized this a few hours ago, so I'm not going to put the filter in. I'm not putting the big other filters in either, and the reason is if I do, and there's any traces of antifreeze still in the lines, it's just going to ruin the filter. So you're better off to use this as it is for a few days, get it thoroughly rinsed out, and then install the filters. You have a light switch here. That's just for this compartment. This valve here has to be in the straight up and down position to use water. If you turn it 90 degrees to that is to fill your fresh water tank when you're hooked up to city water. Other than that, it has to be in that position. I'm going to skip the black and gray because that's it goes out, and we're going to stick with the goes in's. As you can see here, tap that screen. Our cargo lights are on, our water pump is off, our fresh tank is full, our gray and our black are empty. Water pump, touch, turns on the water pump. Touch again, turns it off. Cargo lights, again. Not quite sure why they still put this light switch in here now that the cargo lights are on this controller, but just the way it is. This is your whole house water filter. Again, the filter is not in it. The filter is inside the coach, and you can install that after you've ran enough water in there to get it rinsed out. It's simple to do. Do make sure you open a valve or something to eliminate water pressure. I had a customer call me 2 days ago. Could not get her water filter loose. Wanted to know what we had to do to loosen it up. I said, well, turn the water off. Drain the water hose. She did. Came right off. Like, okay. So anyhow, this blue hose back here is your outside shower. It's a sprayer. Kind of handy because you can take that spray nozzle off and run that over there and hook it up to there and use that for your black tank flush. Rinse for your water filter housing is right there. And down here is hot and cold outside shower to this blue hose. Okay, all of your water goes from your fresh tank or from your city water into your gray and black tank, depending on where you're doing. Black from the toilets, gray from the washer dryer stuff. Your gray valve is an electric switch, and it's gray. Your black valve is an electric switch, and it's black. The little small switch at the bottom is resettable breakers in case they were to trip the breakers. To open the valve, you just hit open valve, and it opens the valve. All of the water from the tanks comes into this box down here, which is your SaniCon unit. From the SaniCon unit, there's a valve right there that goes out to your SaniCon hose, which is in this compartment. It has different thread options, and it also has the ability to hook up to a standard drinking water hose. Don't use it for drinking water, obviously. This is your sewer. But you can hook it up to a regular style hose. That needs to be adjusted. And that's your SaniCon dump. Now, if that were to fail, you can close that valve back there and shut that off. There's a bypass valve right here. This valve goes in, goes out, and goes right out to under the coach to a hose hookup right there. That's what they give you this elbow for, so you can hook that up. This clear hose here is for winterization. Stick this into a jug antifreeze, flip this valve, turn the water pump on, and it'll pump antifreeze through your whole system. Those two white valves, one with the red line going to it, the other with the blue line to it, are your low point drains. Your water pump is up there. So it's a pretty simple system once you get used to it. That is the exhaust from your Aquahot. That's the next compartment you're going to go to. There's a little cover that's right there that goes to cover this up. I'll put that on in a minute here. And that's what the compartment looks like with that cover back in place. Got a paper towel holder and a soap holder. And then this, turn it counterclockwise to open it, clockwise to latch it. There's a plastic latch, so be careful with it. All these doors require that you shut them firmly. That is so that they seal. I can get them so that they close nice and easy, but I can't guarantee they'll stay sealed. Up here is your power cord switch for your power cord reel. Okay, just pull it out, drop it down into the slot, plug it in, you're good to go. Behind your power cord is your transfer switch. It is a surge guard transfer switch. This means it has some surge protection. I still recommend that you purchase a quality inline surge protector, because when this thing finally goes and saves you, it dies doing it. So this is not a resettable thing. So if it takes a surge, it protects your coach, but it won't work anymore. Up here is your cable TV hookup and the plug-in for your vacuum cleaner. Back here, well, let's start down here. This is your AquaHot. Things you need to know about the AquaHot are getting simpler every year. You need to know model and serial number. Model number's right there. Serial number's on that tag. Those 2 valves are something you never touch. Those 3 valves back there are something you should also probably never touch unless you are told to. This is your reporter. Tap the screen, touch screen, and it gives you status, gives you the ability to check for faults, gives you the ability to do diagnostic tests, and test the system. Tells you the status is okay, electric is off, burner's off, coolant level is good, and it's currently 72 degrees in the boiler. And that's what this is a boiler. It's a diesel-fired electric backup boiler. It contains antifreeze. It's called Century Transfer Fluid. Has a fuel filter up there. Annual maintenance is required. It's like an old furnace. The old fuel oil furnace. It's a miniature version of a fuel oil furnace, and it heats water or heats antifreeze mixture instead of blowing air through your house. Other than that, they're pretty similar. Coming back up here. All right. Next compartment forward of the AquaHot is our Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner. Your extra bags are there. Other paperwork and stuff that come with it are right there. 50 amp to 30 amp adapters. So if you need to go down to lower power, you can. I did put the first bag in the vacuum cleaner. It's ready to use. This is our starter kit. Our starter kit has a standard 10-foot sewer hose, toilet chemical drop-ins, a 110 adapter that goes from the 30 amp down to a standard household, toilet paper, a 25-foot drinking water hose, and a water pressure regulator. See all the lights in here? Okay, up there between the frame rails is your inverters. There are push-button reset breakers on them. They very seldom trip, but it does happen every now and then that you'll have to get underneath here and reset those breakers if you overload them. Just like the other side, you got in and out for the power tray. And again, same thing in this one. Power out, power back. And storage area here. This panel pulls off. It's Velcro. Your awning controllers are back there. So in case you ever need to know that. Another thing that's nice about Integra, slide out motors. You got 4 slide outs. 4 slide out motors, but the slide out motors are all the same. They're interchangeable. So in an emergency, you could borrow a slide out motor from a different room to get a slide out in. They also are on square tubing. I don't know why you can see that. So if you had to, you can manually crank that in with a wrench. It does take a bit of muscle depending on what room you're on, because some of the rooms are heavy. Take a bit of force to bring in and out. You have diesel fuel fill on both sides. One tank, two fills. Here in the front, we have a light switch, we have a fuse box, and we have our generator slide switch. The generator slide switch requires that the engine... Okay, I got the engine running, we're at air pressure, and this switch will now put my generator slide out and put it back in. In order for it to go in or out, the ignition has to be on and you have to have air pressure, and it's simpler to do if the engine's actually running. 12,500 watt Onan generator. Push the button, release that, pull straight out, slide it straight forward and remove the door. Back there is your dipstick, your oil fill, your oil filter. Put it back on, set it back up in here, slide it in so that those tabs go in the back, push it straight in, snap it. Breaker has to be on. Generator will run, you'll get no power if that breaker's off. So if you have no power and the generator's running, first thing you want to check is to see if that breaker tripped. Alright? Hour meter, keep track of it. First oil service is 150 hours and then every 250 after that. Start and stop. Stop is also prime. So if you're running out of fuel, you want to prime it, hold it in the stop position for 20 seconds, kicks the light on. We are now running the fuel pump to prime the system. Okay? So it doesn't hurt to prime this for a few minutes to make sure we got good fresh fuel up in the system before we try and start it. Now, start is also preheat. Preheat is first. When you hit start, it goes into preheat. It will not crank the engine until it's ready to start. Once the engine's running, it will give the transfer switch will give the generator about 60 seconds, give or take, to warm up, and then it will kick in and you'll be on generator even if you're plugged in. Your windshield washer solvent and your dash HVAC heating and air is up there. Nice system, very straightforward. Because we're in a building, I'm trying to minimize the amount of time they run. These doors, again, you have to shut them firmly. Now this is the driver's side with the slide out out. You have a camera on the front. You have your lights up there, your badge light. This square box is a sensor. That's your part of your collision and active cruise control. I'll explain some of that as we go.